crazy brightness that you see on some of those real weird mornings.
And, of course, Illinois State probably not used to these conditions this time in their season, so this may be a little bit warmer to them than it feels for the Demons.
Lynn, that is so true. The hotter it is, the better it is for the Demons, and we'll take all the sun we can have today.
Okay, Jack, thank you very much, and we'll be coming down to you regularly on the Northwestern sideline as we get set for football. You can also hear this game, by the way, via internet on VIC.NSULA, all lowercase, .edu/KNWD. That's VIC.NSULA.edu, all of that lowercase, /KNWD. That is your internet address for Demon football this afternoon. Illinois State in white trimmed in red against the Demons in purple trimmed in white. Thomas Latouf will kick off from the near hash mark from right to left on your radio dial. We're set to go. The kick is a good one as it angles to the left side and bounces into the end zone out of bounds for the automatic touchback. Latouf with the southerly breeze got a good foot into that one, and Illinois State puts its offense on the field at the 20-yard line.
Well, that's one thing the Demons worked hard on in practice this week was kickoff coverage. They've had some tremendous problems the last 3 or 4 weeks with kickoff coverage. You saw that time the Demon kicker Thomas Latouf did something we've rarely seen this year. He kicked the ball through the end zone. The Demons came out with a new formation. You can expect to see them try to confuse Illinois State's kick return coverage with that formation this week. We'll talk about that more as the game unwinds.
The Redbirds are keyed by quarterback Kevin Glenn, a 5'9", 185-pound sophomore. He has completed 231 passes this year in 362 attempts. The Redbirds come to the line of scrimmage with 2 wideouts to the left side, 1 running back, and that running back gets the handoff. He is hit and pulls forward for 2 or 3 yards. Sam Zanders, Z-A-N-D-E-R-S, who has rushed for 594 yards on 126 carries, picks up 3 there to the 23-yard line. He's averaging 4.7 yards per carry. He's also scored 10 touchdowns. Their leading ball carrier, Avion Cason, has been hindered with some injuries the last couple of games. He's not expected to play much, if any. 2nd down and 7 from the 23-yard line. The Redbirds with a spread formation. Demons show blitz. They're coming. Here's the throw. It is deep and it is incomplete. Thrown toward the middle of the field. And Jermaine Jones had excellent coverage on Ricky Garrett, a 6'2", 205-pound junior. Garrett is their hot receiver, buddy. 72 catches, 13 touchdowns, and a 16-yard average. And Jermaine Jones on Ricky Garrett should be quite a battle this afternoon.
Well, it's going to be like Michael Jordan against the #1 defensive player in the NBA. It's just offense against defense. Jermaine Jones headed for an All-American year at cornerback. Garrett probably headed there as a receiver.
3 wide receivers right, 3rd and 7. The quarterback, Glenn, rolls right. He is pressured. Now he'll try to scramble. He fires over the middle. Tipped and incomplete. LaDan Thomas, the linebacker, rolling back in zone coverage, stepped into the passing lane, 5 yards in front of the receiver, tipped it up. It went on through his hands, incomplete, and the Demons on their first possession are very active defensively.
Well, Bradley Pivotal told us this week in practice, we're going to put pressure on Glenn early, see what he can do to us. If he beats us, we'll adjust. If not, we're coming after him for 4 quarters.
And I think that's a good philosophy for the Demons, who have had great success when they have rushed very, very hard toward the passer. Jermaine Jones has replaced Kevin Hall as the punt returner. Hall had come on, but Jermaine has come on now. Hall leaves. Jermaine waiting for the kick at the 35-yard line. The kick off the foot of Jake Strader is a boomer. High driving spiral. Jermaine backs up to the 23. Fakes left, works to the 30, works to the 36. His feet come out from under him there, and the Redbirds in good coverage take him down at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Demons on the far hash mark, moving from right to left on your radio dial.
Glenn, I'm not so sure that Northwestern didn't want the game to start out with Illinois State's offense on the field first. I think Northwestern wanted to come out, force a 3-and-out, and then get a good offensive set going. We've seen this Northwestern team take their opening possession and score almost every time this year. Let's see if this is another game that they start that way.
It's been uncanny the way Northwestern has scored very early in a lot of ball games. A 49-yard kick, an 8-yard return by Jermaine Jones. The Demons with the ball on the 36-yard line. And the first play, Spangler retreats, fires it out, and it is incomplete at the 47-yard line. Brad's throw was intended for T.J. Sutherland. He had run a deep out pattern, And Sutherland got bottled up along with Adam Wall, one of the safeties. Wall is the second leading tackler for Illinois State with 98 stops, 1 interception, and 1 sack. And he did a good job of literally smothering T.J. Sutherland.
Well, that's a tough pattern to run, a deep comeback out pattern. You've got to have a perfect throw. And as you said, Sutherland lost his footing at 2nd and 10. Powell comes in for Taylor, as Sam Goodwin said, alternating the tailback.
The Demons in the throwing eye. Jacquette is the fullback, and the handoff goes to Ronnie Powell. He gets a good outside block, steams to the 40, 45-50. Ronnie into Illinois State territory, 45-40, across the 35 to the 30. First down, Demons at the 29-yard line. Ronnie Powell exploding for the first time in about a month as he got a seam and scooted for 34 yards. The Demons at the 29 have a first down as Ronnie Powell exploded out of the starting block.
And did you see the first guy who came and congratulated Ronnie Powell on that run was Tony Taylor, coming off the bench, very excited, glad to see the senior Ronnie Powell getting back into the groove with the big 34-yard run.
2 wide receivers go to the right side, Pritchett on the left. Tony Taylor back in at tailback now behind Chinook Jacquette. We'll set the offensive line for you in a moment. Spangler hitting 58.5% of his passes over the last month. Pitches back to Tony Taylor. Tony at the 25, the 20, breaks outside to the 15. He is on the far sideline. Touchdown! Tony Taylor! Touchdown! Northwestern! That was a shake, rattle, and roll drive for the Demons to get things started offensively, and the Northwestern Demons moved the football on 3 plays, one of which was an incomplete pass, 2 long runs, one by Powell, the other for the score by Taylor, and the Demons lead 6-0 with Latouf's extra point forthcoming. Drupe has hit 39 out of 42 extra points this year. Grigsby will hold. Latouf's kick is on its way. It is good. 7-0 Demons, 13-19 to go in the first quarter on the NSU Demons Sports Network.
When you go to the bank, wouldn't you like to be treated like an individual instead of just another account? You see, some banks are in the process of growing, and they have outgrown you. But at First Federal Savings and Loan of Natchitoches, you'll find professional service with a smile, convenient checking and savings options, and other financial services. You see, they have a very simple philosophy. They put you first because they know the best way for them to grow is to grow with you. First Federal Savings and Loan, 450 2nd Street, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It grills, it steams, it smokes, and it's the only grill guaranteed not to flare up. It's the original Holland Grill, available at Southern LP Gas. Now you can cook food that not only tastes great, but looks as good as it tastes. When you cook on a Holland Grill, food is tasty and moist every time. The Holland Grill, available only at Southern LP Gas, and the only grill guaranteed not to flare up. See one today at Southern LP Gas in Natchitoches, 147 Blanchard Road, and Highway 167 in Winfield.
The Demons stack up in a weird kick coverage formation. They've got 3 lines of 3 players, along with Thomas Latouf, who'll kick the ball, and of course the traffic cop at the 35-yard line, who will signal everybody to start.
Well, what that does is it doesn't allow the kick team to read where the coverage is coming. They stack it up. They kind of spread out like somebody coming out of a bloom all of a sudden, and here comes the kick.
The kick is a line driver that bounces at the 10 and goes out of bounds just in front of the pylons. Latouf was trying for that left corner once again, and it bounced out of bounds a foot in front of the pylon. So Illinois State will get the ball at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and that's something you don't want to do, is give a team any kind of a spark after you've just driven the ball down their throat. 3 plays, 64 yards. The Demons only took 42 seconds. A 29-yard run by Tony Taylor, set up by Ronnie Powell's 35-yard run before that. That eclipsed Ronnie Powell's rushing total of 29 yards for his last 17 rushes. How about welcome back to a healthy Ronnie Powell?
That scoring summary brought to you by Collins and Stamey Real Estate. Nobody knows Natchitoches or Natchitoches Parish better. Collins and Stamey Real Estate. First and 10 for the Redbirds as they operate from their 35-yard line. They shift into a 3-wide receiver set, all of them going to the left side. Kevin Glenn turns. He hands off to Sanders. He's hit in the backfield, bounces off a tackler, and struggles for a yard to the 36-yard line. He was popped a couple of times in the backfield, but still managed to bounce forward for a yard.
Lynn, one thing that's going to be very important in this game today, Northwestern has a luxury that very few teams at any level have. They have the capability of playing man-to-man, one-on coverage in the secondary. That gives you 8 men to play the run, and that's what happened on that play. There were too many men in the box for Illinois State to block, and Robert Daniel got a hand in there and shut it down before it ever got started.
Second down and 9 from the 36-yard line. Northwestern 7, Illinois State nothing in the early going. Kevin Glenn retreats. He slings it out. It's caught in the left flat, and the receiver goes down with a fine backside tackle. A loss of a yard as Sam Zanders eased out into the left flat and was tackled almost immediately from behind. It'll be 3rd and 10.
I tell you what, that play was a lateral. Matt Slate was out there to diagnose it. We saw him do that in a similar situation at Stephen F. Austin last week. What great backside speed by LaDan Thomas to come from the other end of the formation and make the tackle for a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 10. The Demons are coming after him again.
Daniel, Crosby, Loggins, and Miller up front for the Demons. Thomas, Michelle, and Slate are the linebackers. 3rd and 10. This time it's a 3-man rush. The pitch toward the middle is caught by Ricky Garrett. Garrett on the inside screen is tackled after a very minimal pickup, and the Demons, for the second consecutive series, force the Redbirds into a 3-and-out situation, and the punter, Jake Strader, will come to the field. 4th down and 7 for the Redbirds.
And what a perfect example of the purple swarm there. Clint Loggins, Jason Miller, Robert Daniel, Dakuri Rabb, Mike Stone, all in on the tackle that time on a 4-yard gain as Illinois State punts it away again.
Jermaine Jones retreats to field the kick. He picked up 8 yards on a return last time. Strader is averaging 41 yards on 41 kicks. No pressure. He hits an end-over-end flat kick taken by Jermaine at the 25. He starts to the right, works to the 30, and noses his way forward to the 35-yard line. A 35-yard kick, a 10-yard return, and so Northwestern takes over on its 35-yard line after Illinois State took over on its 35 and failed to move the ball.
Well, we knew one thing would be a key in this ball game: who could win the line of scrimmage, and right now Northwestern is dominating the line of scrimmage on both sides, offensively and defensively. Illinois State, if they get behind, they're in for a long afternoon because Northwestern defensively is going to pick up the pace even more.
Up front for the Redbirds, defensive end Sam Cook, a 6'3", 230-pound sophomore. On the other end, Devon Finn, a 6'6", 265-pound junior. Spangler retreats, throws it quickly out into the flat. It's received by Nathan Black, and Black crosses the 40 and works his way to the 43, maybe the 44-yard line. The inside defenders for Illinois State are David Bull, a 6'2", 295-pound freshman, and that transfer from Florida State, Chad Pagese, a 6'1", 285-pound senior. The middle linebacker is Forrest Jackson, a 5'10", 210-pound freshman. The outside linebacker, Galen Scott, is the leading tackler with 167 stops. That's phenomenal, a 5'8", 205-pound sophomore. The other backer is Marcus White, a 6'3", 230-pound junior. 9 yards on that reception. Tony Taylor takes the handoff, plows over right tackle, bursts off the shoulder pads of one tackler, and works his way to near midfield for a first down run.
And just as Sam Goodwin said, every play, Ronnie Powell and Tony Taylor alternating in and out. That's got to put a little bit of fear into the Illinois State defense, Lynn, when they've seen what Taylor and Powell have done in the early going. Here are two guys combined that have almost 1,500 yards rushing.
The Redbird cornerbacks are Sam Young, a 5'10", 175-pound sophomore. Marcus Corbin, a 5'9", 165-pound senior. 1st and 10 for Northwestern at midfield. The Demons lead 7-0 with 10 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Spangler turns, hands to Powell on a misdirection play. He's got a blocker out front, works for 5 and 6, and now he's thrown out of bounds in front of the Demon bench. Adam Waugh is one safety. Ryan Zakola is the other. Waugh is second on the club with 98 tackles, a 5'11", 185-pound freshman. Zakola, a 6'1", 190-pound sophomore. And there are only 6 seniors on this Illinois State roster. Not 6 senior starters, but 6 seniors, period.
That's incredible. It just shows what a great job Todd Berry has done in building this program up in a very short time. Only his 3rd year here at Illinois State.
Powell worked for 7, second down, and a short 3 for the Demons. Spangler will throw for it. He sets, he fires, received by Pritchett at the 32. He lost the football. It's recovered by Illinois State at the 35-yard line. Pritchett received it, took a step inside, and was hammered, and the ball came out and shot forward to the 35-yard line, and the Demons give it up on a turnover. And for Northwestern, that is turnover number 17 this year.
Yeah, but that's one of few in the last 4 games. The Demons have protected the ball well. Last week, Brad Spangler threw a couple of interceptions, one of which was not his fault. That time, Chris Pritchett just did not put the football away. When you have it in traffic like that, you've got to put it away quickly.
First and 10 for Illinois State. Kevin Glenn, who was recruited by several big-name schools as a defensive back, went to Illinois State as a quarterback. A reverse option. He pitches it back to Cason. Cason, the injured one. No, it's Zanders, and Zanders runs for a first down across the 45 to the Illinois State 47-yard line. Sam Zanders, a 5'11", 215-pound junior, works for 12 on the reverse option.
Well, one thing that Troy State did against Northwestern was run the option with effectiveness. That was the only play all day that worked for Troy State, but it worked all day. That was the problem. Illinois State trying to mix it up a little bit, get something going offensively after the Demons have dominated the first 5 minutes of this game.
9 minutes and 38 seconds are left in the first quarter. Northwestern 7-0 over Illinois State. First and 10 for the Redbirds at their 47-yard line. A long count, and Glenn retreats to throw. He fires it over the middle. It is caught at the 45-yard line. And the receiver is tackled immediately. A pickup of about 8, and it looked like a backup tight end who came in to make the reception for Illinois State.
Well, one thing against the blitz, it's either a do-or-die situation. You either make the play happen or you expose the underneath guys in the coverage to open receivers. Illinois State, the last couple of times, has found the open receiver. That time, the Demons just did not have the pursuit over the middle to prevent the 8-yard gain.
Tight end Scott Preisker has just made his 25th reception of the year. Second down and 2 for Illinois State. The handoff goes to Zanders around right tackle. He slipped through a couple of tacklers. Jermaine Jones has him and runs him out of bounds. But it will be very close to a first down.
And some poor tackling by Northwestern that time. It should have been a loss of yardage. Zach Martin and Jake Michelle both had him behind the line of scrimmage but didn't wrap him up, and Zander got near the first down marker.
This drive started near the Illinois State 35-yard line after Pritchett received the ball and then fumbled, and we'll have our first measurement of the game.
And how quickly a turnover can change the momentum, Lynn. Illinois State 3 and out on its first 2 possessions. The Demons scored easily on their first one. We're moving the football effectively on the next one, and then that untimely fumble. Now all of a sudden Illinois State's got a good drive going.
Once again, here are those internet coordinates or internet address for Demon football. VIC.NSULA.EDU/KNWD. VIC.NSULA.EDU/KNWD. That's the internet address for Northwestern football.
Sounds to me like you were speaking Swahili.
First and 10 for Illinois State. Reverse option again. Quarterback Glenn steps away from a tackler, moves up to the 40-yard line, and is hit there by Slate. He gained 3.
Let me tell you who kept that play from being big, though, was middle linebacker Jake Michelle. Now, here's a guy who blitzed up the middle and then wound up being in on the tackle, actually out covering the pitch man, forcing the quarterback Glenn to keep the football for a 2-yard gain on what could have been a 12 or 15-yard gain.
Mario Sanchez has moved to defensive end, replacing Robert Daniel. Sanchez is split well outside. There are 2 down linemen inside, and here comes Michelle on the blitz. He has blasted the quarterback at the point of the pass, and the pass is loose and incomplete. Intended for Garrett, but Michelle just gobbled up Kevin Glenn at the point of the pass.
Well, Jake Michelle's done that all year. We saw in the Jacksonville game, it was almost like he was a member of the Gamecock backfield. That was another example of where no one put a hand on him. You give Jake Michelle a running start, he's going to wreak havoc in the quarterback's face.
Michelle probably will get a letter from both Sam Houston and Jacksonville. He was in the backfield so much. He is the leading Demon tackler with 128 stops, 6 sacks, and 1 fumble recovery. Third and long from near the 40-yard line. Kevin Glenn retreats. He looks left. He heaves a wobbler, and it is incomplete, coming up a little bit short. The receiver was open at the 15-yard line as Stone was running behind Ricky Garrett. But the throw by Kevin Glenn was kind of a sideways effort, and it came up short. It'll be 4th and long from the 40.
And Todd Berry, the Illinois State coach, has a decision to make. He may want to go for it here at the 40-yard line. Now he's going to send the punting team on, thinking better of it, trying to pin the Demons deep in their own territory. So for the moment, it appears the Demons dodged that turnover costing them anything but field position.
Jake Strader will kick it. He hits a high wobbler. Kevin Hall is back. He lets it bounce. It hits at the 7, and Illinois State covers it up at the 7-yard line. So Mark Wiggins with a nice high pooch punt. It took a very elevated bounce off the Turpin Stadium artificial surface and was killed by Illinois State's Mark Shavy, a backup tight end, after a 33-yard flight to the 7-yard line.
And right now the Demons with an opportunity to put a good drive together already with almost 100 yards of total offense. Northwestern now needing to go 93 yards. The Demons have moved the football at will here in the first 7.5 minutes of the ball game. They lead 7-0, trying to put some more on the board.
Warren Patterson is in at quarterback for the Demons. Patterson in on the third series. He rolls right. He'll throw out of the end zone. He heaves it deep. Granger's out there. It's overthrown by 7 yards. Granger was open in the sunlight at midfield, but Warren Patterson, who has not played in a couple of games, overthrew Eric Granger.
Well, that was just unfortunate. Eric Granger was open from the snap of the football. The safety got over late, and Eric Granger was 2 steps beyond the safety. The only problem was, as you described, the football was about 7 steps beyond Eric Granger.
7 minutes and 47 seconds remain in the first quarter. 7-0 Northwestern. William Broussard, the cerebral center for NSU, only a junior, leads his club to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 from the 7. Ronnie Powell in the backfield. He takes the stretch handoff. He gives ground, trying to turn the corner. He can't do it, and he lost a couple back to the 5. Illinois State put a lot of people out on the wide side and thwarted Ronnie Powell from turning the wing.
Well, when Ronnie Powell is ineffective is when he runs sideways. And that time he ran sideways. He did not cut the football back up at the hash mark, which he should have done. If you get Ronnie Powell running east and west, you've got him trapped. That time he lost 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 12 for the Demons.
Clearing skies now in Natchitoches, and it's going to get a bit warm for late November before this afternoon is over. 7 minutes and 10 seconds are left in the first quarter. 7-0 Northwestern. 3rd and 12 from the 5-yard line. Patterson under center. He retreats. He slips it off to Taylor on a draw. Tony on the run is tackled at the 15, just a little bit shy of the first down. Tony Taylor saw the first down marker, tried to accelerate into a passing gear, but he was tackled by a couple of safeties who came over nicely to make the hit. Taylor needed one more stride to get the first down, but he's a bit short, and the Demons will punt for the first time. And 11 yards on the pickup by Tony.
Excuse me, Lynn, that's a great call against the prevent defense that time that Illinois State had put in. The middle of the field short was wide open. Taylor, as you said, just about a stride short of the first.
Corey Grow, G-R-O-W, will take this kick from Grigsby, and Sean's kick comes out. Grow takes it at the 45. Stone's got him at midfield, and Stone rides him down at the Northwestern 49-yard line. Corey Grow with a return of 6 after a 38-yard kick.
Mike Stone has become the consummate special teams player for Northwestern this year, particularly on the kickoff coverage. We also see it in the nickel and dime package that the Demon defense has, but this is a guy that's very versatile, a guy who just loves to go down on kick returns and hit somebody.
And he's not particularly healthy. He's had some leg problems the last couple of weeks. Illinois State has excellent field position at the Northwestern 49. Spread formation, 3 wide receivers right. The handoff goes to Sam Zanders. Zanders moves straight up into the defense and gets 4 yards to the NSU 40, or make it the 45.
And Illinois State, very patient. They're not panicking for a young team, Lynn. A team that was really kind of on the ropes in the early goings of the first quarter. They've settled down now. They're trying to get back into their offense, which has been a very balanced offense all year. They've had games where they've rushed for 400 yards. They've had games where they've thrown for 400 yards, so they can get it done either way.
Kevin Glenn has winged it 362 times. He hands off this time, and the purple swarm is there to surround the ball carrier in the backfield. That was Willie Watts, a freshman running back, a 5'9", 185-pounder. And Watts ran right into trouble. He lost a couple.
Yeah, that was a run blitz that time. Alja Delaney and Jake Michelle came from the inside and outside, respectively. And as soon as the football hit the running back's hands, he was gobbled up for a loss of yardage. This is the kind of situation the Demons want to keep the Redbirds in, 3rd and long.
Let's check the secondary. Jones and Wright on the corners. Green and Williams are the safeties. 3rd and long. Neat in motion from left to right, and Kevin Glenn retreats to throw, fires it over the middle. It is caught at the 40, and the receiver Neat leans forward and gets to the 39. I believe he's got the first down.
Yeah.
That was Jacob Neat. It's spelled Niete, but pronounced Neat. And he's made 36 catches this year. A 5'7", 170-pound sophomore.
And that was one of those where a split second made the difference for the quarterback, Glenn. Jake Michelle, again, was in his face, but the thing was, Glenn had a hot receiver. He got the football to him quickly, and give Neat a big pat on the back for getting to the first down marker.
Glenn has thrown 25 touchdowns this year against only 9 interceptions. He's completed nearly 64% of his passes. A long count. Here come the Demons on a blitz again. Glenn on a quarterback draw. Rolls out of the pocket, works his way downfield, and is run out of bounds at the 30, but let's check a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this one may come back. I believe there was either 2 men in motion or premature motion by the offensive formation, and it might wipe out what was a pretty darn good game by the quarterback, Kevin Glenn.
4 minutes and 28 seconds are left in the first quarter. There is a penalty against Northwestern, offside. They were blitzing and maybe got ahead of themselves. And now the Redbirds have a decision to make. It'll be 1st and 5 or about 2nd and a yard and a half. These Redbirds have averaged 36 points a game, 440 yards total offense, 172 yards rushing, 268 yards passing. And they get 12.2 yards per reception this year and 4.4 yards per rush. One of the interesting things, buddy, 47% third down efficiency for the Redbirds. That's incredible. Nearly half the time moving the chains on third down.
That's very good.
2nd down, a yard and a half here. Kevin Glenn retreats to throw. He wings it for the end zone. Jermaine Jones in coverage. Intercepted in the end zone by Jermaine Jones. The ball was underthrown. Check it. It's not Jones. It is Kenny Wright. Kenny Wright on the interception. That is his 3rd interception of the season. And Kenny Wright had the receiver beautifully played, and when the ball was underthrown, Kenny Wright was in perfect position to step up and make the catch.
Well, the ball was indeed underthrown, but I'm going to tell you what, even with a perfectly thrown ball, that was not going to be a completion. Kenny Wright was in the jersey of the Redbird receiver out there, and that is that luxury we talked about, Lynn. You can afford with great corners such as Kenny Wright and Jermaine Jones to go man-to-man all over the field, and that was a perfect example of Kenny Wright being the better man.
That's the 14th interception of the season for the Demons. Kenny Wright has 3 of them. Brad Spangler back in at quarterback now after 1 series for Warren Patterson. 1st and 10, the Demons own it at the 20-yard line. Each club has had 1 turnover. Here is Jacquette. The big fellow rumbles to the 30. Jacquette stumbling out to the 35. First down, Demons on a big run by Jacquette.
Well, that time Jacquette was lined up as fullback in front of Tony Taylor, and obviously the defense, seeing that Sam Goodwin and Doug Roos, the offensive coaching staff, are wanting to go to those tailbacks that time, they snuck in Brian Jacquette, and he got a 15-yard rumble out of it.
4 minutes and 9 seconds are left in the first quarter. Northwestern 7, Illinois State nothing. Jacquette and Powell are in the backfield. 2 receivers right, Pritchett in a slot out there along with Nathan Black. Granger is on the near side. Spangler turns. He hands to Ronnie Powell. Powell on the cutback. Squirts to the 40, to the 42. Ronnie Powell was tackled by Ryan Zakola, the safety. A gain of 6 for Powell. 2nd down and 4. Good blocking up front by the Demons. Traylor and Turo and Funches, who's been moved to guard. Gene Tennyson has replaced Funches at tackle, and Funches has been moved into Bruno Clark's position. Clark has been ailing some, expected to play, but not getting the start today. 2nd and 4. Spread formation. Spangler fakes, wants to fire, pitches it over the middle, caught at the 45, moving to the 40, and down inside the 38-yard line is Chris Pritchett. Chris Pritchett with a gain of 19 on his 28th reception of the season.
Well, when you get great offensive line play, as you just described, the group up front, allowing Brad Spangler all day to throw the football and read the defense, Chris Pritchett that time just ran a quick in, a slant pattern, about a 12-yard slant. open, wide open was he underneath the linebacker coverage. Look for the Demons to try to do that all day.
A well-thrown ball by Spangler, and he has been on the money with most of his up-the-middle throws this year. First and 10 at the Illinois State 39-yard line. Jacquette accepts the quick handoff and is double-teamed as he gains a yard. Jacquette tried to go off right tackle, but the outside linebacker, Marcus White, was there to hit him, along with Galen Scott.
Galen Scott, that's a guy you mentioned earlier, Lynn. 175 tackles coming into this game, including 21 for loss. That's almost a career for a lot of guys, but this guy is all around the football. But they have negated him thus far, have the Demons, by getting big runs down the field.
2 minutes and 19 seconds are left in the first quarter. 7-0 Northwestern. Second down and long for the Demons. Northwestern in the eye. Ronnie Powell takes the stretch handoff, or rather it's Tony Taylor. And Tony gets only about a yard as he comes up short of the 35. And let's see, the Demons bring on Black and Pritchett and Powell in this third and long.
And we're seeing the Demons go to a lot of three wide receiver sets, even on first and second down, trying to spread out this Redbird defense. And what that does is that keeps a guy like Galen Scott from keying on the run. He's got to be a little more honest against the inside pass patterns, and also he's got to watch for the tight end when in the ball game.
Granger splits to the left side. Three receivers to the right, Jacquette, Pritchett, and Black. Powell in the backfield. Five-man rush. Spangler eludes one. Heaves it to the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. Pritchett on the ball, and the Demons lead by 2 scores. Spangler did an excellent job of eluding a tackler, stepping up into the pocket and airing it out. And Pritchett caught it one stride short of the end line. A 35-yard touchdown for Chris Pritchett. His third reception of the game, and Chris's 5th touchdown of the year.
Two things happened there. Illinois State got a little bit of a blitz. Ronnie Powell picked it up. Brad Spangler stepped up in the pocket, Lynn, and Chris Pritchett was wide open. Demons up 13-zip.
Thomas Latouf attempts the extra point. Grigsby holds. The kick is on its way. And it is true. 14-0. The Demons, with 80 seconds left in the first quarter, are out in front of the Redbirds on the NSU Demons Sports Network.
Weddings, proms, or any formal occasion, when you need a tuxedo, don't get your look from a book. Get it from King of Hearts Tuxedo. At King of Hearts Tuxedo, you'll find hundreds of tuxedos in stock, with some starting as low as $39. Plus, King of Hearts has all of the latest designer styles like Pierre Cardin, Chaps by Ralph Lauren, Christian Dior, and more. Don't get your look from a book. Get it from King of Hearts Tuxedo. 713 Kaiser Avenue in Natchitoches, and locations in Alexandria and Monroe.
When was the last time you ate at the Cafe St. Denis inside the Ryder Inn? Isn't it time you rediscovered it? Well, a lot's been going on at the Ryder Inn and Cafe St. Denis lately, like live entertainment Wednesday nights and a revamped menu. They still have the lunch buffet Monday through Friday, just $5.95, and the Sunday lunch buffet for only $7.95. Plus, banquet facilities and catering are available. Call Dwayne Lacaz for details. Rediscover the Cafe St. Denis inside the Ryder Inn on the Highway 1 bypass.
Your exclusive home for Northwestern Sports 100.7 KZBL Natchitoches.
Thomas Latouf approaches the ball. The Demons lead 14-0. Latouf hammers one deep into the left corner. It is received by Jeffrey James. He's going to run it out. James breaks a tackle at the 12, works across the 15, and now is gang tackled at the 20-yard line. Jeffrey James took a tremendous hit back at the 12-yard line, but bounced off a tackler. I think it was Kevin Hall who blasted him there. But Jeffrey James was able to work forward to the 20, first and 10 for Illinois State, which trails by 2 touchdowns.
Looked like pinball that time. The only guy who didn't get a lick on him was the kicker, Thomas Latouf, but a good return. But the Demons, with an 80-yard drive, it took 6 plays in 3 minutes. A 35-yard, perfectly thrown pass from Brad Spangler to Chris Pritchett. Northwestern 14, the Redbirds 0.
That was Spangler's 4th touchdown pass of the season. That scoring summary brought to you by Collins and Stamey Real Estate. Nobody knows Natchitoches better. Kevin Glenn retreats to throw. 3-step drop, fires it over the middle. Incomplete. Kenny Wright was in the coverage. It was a short route over the middle, and the ball was heaved out there, but Kenny Wright prevented the receiver from making that catch. I think it was Steve Castro, who is one of several wide receivers. Castro, I believe, the intended target.
And the Redbirds that time went with a double tight end set, trying to get max protection and just get anything over the middle that time against this aggressive Demon defense.
K.O. Beverly and Steve Castro split out wide to the left side. Tight end on the right. And Mr. Glenn will throw. He lobs it out. It's tipped and received, I think, at the 18-yard line. The tight end, Mark Shavy, got the tipped pass. Robert Daniel got a mid on it and deflected the flight, but Shavy was able to take the deflection for a loss back at the 19.
And Lynn, in pregame, before the game, we were talking next door to the Illinois State broadcast team. The first question they asked me was, how good is this Robert Daniel guy we've heard so much about? Well, I think they're seeing in the early going he's pretty darn good. That was a perfect play by Robert Daniel of deflecting the pass and causing a 3rd down and 11.
26 seconds remain in the first quarter. Northwestern 14-0. Kevin Glenn retreats, scrambles right, has time, fires it over the middle, incomplete as he threw it into the chest of Clint Loggins. Clint Loggins looked around, and that ball almost had to be surgically removed from the chest of Clint Loggins.
Tell you what, it had some mustard on it. Clint Loggins thought the ball went up in the air that time. He was looking for interception, but 2 consecutive passes deflected by the Demons.
I'm surprised he was looking for anything after taking that one right in the sternum. That would have crossed just about anybody's eyes, getting one at point-blank range.
Yeah, with a chest like that, though, you can take a lot, and Clint Loggins certainly has stood in there against the best of them this year.
Jake Strader will punt for the 3rd time. Jermaine Jones stands at his 40. 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Strader's kick is a wobbly short one. It bounces at the 47. The Demons have to back off of it. It rolls across the 40, now takes a neutral hop, and is killed at the 39. Jacob Neat got down there to stop the punt. Northwestern will have good field position at the 39-yard line. There are 6 seconds left in the first quarter after a 42-yard kick.
We'll give you a couple of updates on the other playoff games around the country. Georgia Southern now way ahead, 49-28 over Colgate late in the fourth quarter. UConn defeated Hampton 42-34, so the Connecticut guys, Huskies, moving on. Florida A&M way ahead of Troy State, 23 at the half. We'll give you the others after the end of the first quarter.
Spangler back in at quarterback for the Demons. He turns, he fakes, he rolls left, he fires. He's got Pritchett wide open. It is one of the one at the 15. Pritchett takes it in. Touchdown! Chris Pritchett with his 4th catch, his 2nd touchdown pass. And Spangler was on the money with a beautiful misdirection play for 60 yards. Northwestern scores on the 3rd touchdown of the first quarter with no time remaining. 60 yards on the bomb. Pritchett on the receiving end. Thomas Latouf will attempt the extra point. Grigsby feels a bad snap but gets the ball down, and Latouf bangs it through. Great job by Grigsby there getting that ball up for Thomas Latouf. 21-0 Demons. We go to the second quarter on the NSU Demons Sports Network.
Could you slowly be losing your vision due to cataracts, glaucoma, diabetes, or other eye disease? Dr. Donald Falgu, Dr. Margaret Wheat, and the staff at Center for Sight remind you that poor vision does not have to be part of aging. Schedule your exam today at Center for Sight and see what you've been missing. Center for Sight Natchitoches, the right team, the right technology, right here at home.
Watch KNTS TV 17 for exclusive coverage of area high school football and NSU athletics. Catch prep football highlights on the 5th quarter, Saturday mornings at 11:30 and Tuesday evenings at 6:30. Plus, don't miss the latest in Northwestern athletics. Watch In the Sports Zone Wednesday evenings at 6:30 and Saturday mornings at 11. KNTS exclusive sports programming keeps you in touch with the coaches, the players, and the action. KNTS TV 17 coverage important to you.
We expected fireworks, and the Demons did not disappoint in the first quarter. Getting a long touchdown run by Tony Taylor and 2 touchdown catches by Chris Pritchett from the arm of his roommate, Brad Spangler. And the Demons lead 21-0 as we go to the second 15 minutes.
Give you the other scores right quick. Western Illinois all over Montana at the half, 38-3 Lehigh with 4 minutes left, upsetting Richmond 21-17.
Latuve kicks a pop-up kick this time. It is fielded at the 18-yard line, and the Redbird receiver stumbles out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play at the 35-yard line, probably onside against the Demons.
Well, it's the only thing it could be because the official threw it where the kicking team was. The other score, the winner of this ball game to meet the winner of Appalachian State, Tennessee State. Appalachian State in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes to go ahead, 42-25. And Lynn, as we have this momentary break, we'll give you some first half statistics that kind of bear out this 21-0 score. Total offense, the Demons have 17 plays, 243 total yards. Illinois State, 20 plays, 49 total yards. Northwestern dominating this football game with a 21-0 lead, 243 yards of offense in the first 15 minutes. That's pretty incredible.
At the 30-yard line. You know, one of the other incredible things about this Demon offense has been Northwestern's ability to complete the deep pass. The Demons are averaging 196 yards through the air per game, but each reception goes for 19.3 yards, buddy, and that is certainly one of the bigger numbers in the country this year, almost 20 yards per reception for NSU. It's not that they heave the ball deep a lot, but a lot of 15-yard catches turn into 30 and 40-yard gains.
Well, you've got great receivers, and you've got great accuracy among the quarterbacks. These are not great quarterbacks in Brad Spangler and Warren Patterson, but they sure are good ones. The last play was a perfect evidence, a 60-yard touchdown pass to Chris Pritchett from Brad Spangler. Those two have connected twice. They're roommates. The most recent took only 6 seconds on the last play of the first quarter. It's 21-0 NSU. The Demons piling up the offense in the first quarter.
That scoring summary brought to you by Collins and Stamey Real Estate. Nobody knows Natchitoches better. Collins and Stamey Real Estate. Give them a call Monday for all of your real estate needs. Latuve sends a high short kick, and this one goes way out of bounds.
Boy, that was terrible.
That was actually beyond the AstroTurf on the concrete border beyond the playing field.
That was kicked from the near hash mark to the far concrete.
That's a tough angle.
Tell you what, he kicked it a long way. The only problem was the direction was kind of toward Clucheville, I guess you could say.
So after an offside, Latuve kicks one out of bounds. That's the second time he's booted one out of bounds today. That's a 5-yard penalty. And Illinois State wants them to re-kick. Kind of an interesting decision.
Well, I guess they figure they can get better than the 35-yard line. Quite honestly, I would take the 35-yard line if I were them, but keep in mind, they've watched film and they've seen that Northwestern has given up some big kickoff returns, and right now they need one, trailing 21-0 as we go early in the very early stages of the second quarter. Illinois State really right now, Lynn, looking for anything positive.
Today's Division I AA playoff officials are referee John Keys, umpire Richard Hall, head linesman Ken Leland, line judge Ren Edwards, side judge Joe Reagan, field judge Ray Willett, and the back judge is D. Burton. Latuve is kicking into a southerly breeze. It's blowing about 10 or 12 miles an hour. And he'll try to boot this one from the far hash mark. Jeffrey James is back deep. And the kick is headed toward Jeffrey James, but hooking out of bounds again. Jeffrey James feels it on the sideline, and apparently he caught it out of bounds as the catch was made out of bounds. And there's another flag on the play, and Thomas Latuve has got to get one in play here sometime.
Boy, and Sam Goodwin is all over Thomas Latuve. You can see Jack Britton standing over there. If Jack had been a yard closer to the field, he could have caught that one. That's how bad off target Latuve has been.
What's the deal here? Just kick a flat ball down the middle of the field and let's get on with this thing.
With a 21-0 lead, you certainly don't need to be creative with your kickoffs. Just kick it off and let your kick coverage do its thing. Re-kick from the 20-yard line.
What is this, the fourth kick now forthcoming in this series?
Yeah.
Northwestern was offside with the first one. Latouf has banged a couple of them out of play.
I wonder if Jack can see from the field what's going on, why Latouf may be hooking those balls. Certainly the wind's not affecting him that much.
No, it's blowing straight into his face at about 10 or 12 miles an hour. Now, he was hooking them, kicking the other way, too, and got a couple of them through the end zone. He will kick from the far hash mark. And the Demons need to get a ball in play here. There have been a couple of foul balls off the foot of Latouf. 14:40 left in the second quarter. Northwestern leads 21-0. Latouf hooks another one, but it'll stay in play. It bounces at the 15. It's taken by Jeffrey James. He's at the 25, the 30, and he's wrapped up at the 33 or 34-yard line. A pretty fine tackle there. Damian Brown was one of them, and Kevin Hall was the other.
And Illinois State could have saved us a lot of time just taking it at the 35-yard line. Could have saved Thomas Latouf a little bit of a rear chewing there, because Sam Goodwin was all over this young freshman after kicking 3 of them out of bounds.
And they actually lost a yard in their decision to keep accepting those kicks. It was an 18-yard return to the 34-yard line.
Lynn, we talked about it during the break. The Demons got a big lead at Stephen F. last week and then relaxed. They're up 21-0 now. They cannot afford to do that against this offense.
Corey Grove goes in motion to the short side of the field. Kevin Glenn dumps one over the middle. It's caught by the tight end. He struggles to the 40, and he's tackled by B.J. Williams. Check it. That's not the tight end. That is Corey Grove. Corey Grove, a junior receiver with 24 catches, averaging nearly 12 yards per reception. He's caught 3 touchdown balls this year. 31 has been his longest catch. That one went for 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. We are early in the second quarter. Northwestern has scored on 3 long plays and leads 21-0. Reverse option, pitch back to Zanders. Zanders turns the corner and is run out of bounds after garnering a first down. He was chased out by Zach Rogers, a freshman from Natchitoches.
And I'm going to tell you, Kevin Glenn made a nice play that time. It looked like he was settling back in the pocket to throw the football. He drew the entire Demon defense to him except the middle linebacker out there, Jake Michelle. If Michelle does not, if he bit on that fake by Glenn, that would have been a touchdown. There was no one else out there to stop him.
13 minutes and 56 seconds are left in the first half. Northwestern leads 21-0. The Demons have 4 down linemen. They do not blitz, and a flag goes down as the play gets started.
That's thrown by the umpire, so it could be delay of game or false start.
It is the latter. It will cost Illinois State 5 yards.
You heard the referee make that call. Someone jumped prematurely, and if you're Illinois State, you've got to be a little antsy knowing that the Demons are going to try to bring the pressure defense with this 21-0 lead in hand.
Todd Berry, the creative young coach for Illinois State, will have to go deep into his bag of tricks. The quarterback retreats, fires over the middle. It is caught by Jacob Neat, and Jacob Neat scoots across the 45 to the 40. First down, Redbirds. A gain of 18 on the hookup from Kevin Glenn to Jacob Neat.
And a perfect play call with the linebackers blitzing. That time, LaDan Thomas was coming. Matt Slate was coming. Also Jake Michelle, but a quick, fleet-footed quarterback like Glenn on that quick slant. There's nobody there to defend it over the middle.
Under this third-year head coach, buddy, they only got an average of 2 wins per year in his first 2 seasons, but 8 this year. He's 8-20 overall. First down from the Northwestern 40. The quarterback with a short drop and slings it out. It is incomplete. Ricky Garrett, who has been the hot receiver all season long, has been really thwarted by Northwestern secondary. Garrett with 72 catches, 13 touchdowns, averaging 16 yards per catch, but he has not been a factor today yet.
Well, give Glenn some credit that time. Under pressure, had to release it early. We saw the same play last week. Stephen F. Austin tried to throw it, and Kenny Wright jumped it and returned it all the way to the 1-yard line. That time, the quarterback actually threw that one away.
2nd and 10 from the Northwestern 40. The Demons have 4 down linemen. Now Michelle will blitz. The quarterback fires. It is incomplete at the 31-yard line. Terrific coverage by Northwestern's Kenny Wright, again on Ricky Garrett.
And look who was in there. LaDan Thomas and Jason Miller boom, hit the quarterback right when he threw the football, and that allowed just enough mustard off of the pass to allow the cover man for the Demons to get in position to hit quickly on the receiver.
13 minutes and 22 seconds are left in the second quarter. Northwestern 14, or make it 21. Illinois State nothing. Third down and 10. Illinois State has converted 47% of its third down opportunities this season. Kevin Glenn is changing the play at the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers right, 1 left, 1 running back. Glenn backpedals. Glenn pumps. Glenn heaves it down the middle. It is incomplete. Again intended for Ricky Garrett, and Jermaine Jones was running stride for stride with Ricky Garrett, the best Illinois State receiver.
And Lynn, you can see the frustration start to get on Kevin Glenn that time. He looked over at the sideline and just held his hands out like, I don't know what else to do. He threw the ball out there, but Jermaine Jones had such perfect coverage that Garrett could not catch that pass.
It almost looked as though Jermaine Jones was in the huddle knowing what route to run defensively. Jake Strader, who's been a busy punter today, will boot it for the 4th time. 13-16 to go in the second quarter. NSU leads 21-0. Strader hits a high one. It will bounce at the 2. No, it is killed at the 2. It did not bounce as one of the Illinois State kick coverage members got down quickly. Alfred Corbin with a nice over-the-shoulder catch at the 2-yard line on that 38-yard kick. That is terrific kick coverage by Alfred Corbin.
I tell you what, that is a great athletic play by Corbin because he was running with his back to the football, had to look over his shoulder to not only get position on it but make that catch, and then did not allow his momentum to carry him in the end zone, which would have been a touchback. So a good special teams play by the Redbirds.
Brad Spangler is back at quarterback. The ball is midway between the 1 and 2 yard lines. 13:08 to go. Spangler turns and hands off to the fullback, and he wedges out about 2 yards to near the 4-yard line. Jaquette has been running at fullback, but that one was Darren Drago's first call of the afternoon. Drago has now had 26 carries for 95 yards. He scored a couple of touchdowns this season.
Yeah, Darren Drago in one game earlier this year against USL had like 15 knockdown blocks. Here's a guy that's in there for his great blocking ability. He's also a very intelligent young man. Very rarely does he miss an assignment at that fullback position.
2nd down and 8. Drago and Taylor are in the backfield. A stretch handoff to Tony. He puts his hand out, spins, and didn't get much, if any, maybe a yard, close to the 5. It'll be 3rd down and long from the Demon 5-yard line. Northwestern with 12:18 to go in the second quarter leads Illinois State 21-0. A long touchdown run early, just seconds into the ball game by Tony Taylor, and then 2 long touchdown throws between roommates Brad Spangler and receiver Chris Pritchett. Pritchett now has 6 touchdowns on the season and has 4 catches this afternoon.
For 122 yards already. That's a pretty good day's work.
Illinois State shows blitz. They're coming off the corner. Spangler throws out of the end zone. He looks right. He fires. It's caught at the 12, and the reception is made for the first down by Nathan Black. Nathan Black running an out pattern, went up on the sideline, made a nice catch over his shoulder, and picks up 9 on the play. Good throw, good catch. Nathan Black, what a promising freshman, a 6'2", 195-pounder. That's his 20th catch of the year.
Well, Nathan Black has just been almost perfect this year catching the football, and I'm going to tell you what, that was as good a pass as Brad Spangler could throw right there. A timing pattern on the out, perfectly thrown, a good play for the first down. The Demons with a little breathing room.
Northwestern operates from the 14-yard line, 1st and 10. We are early in the second quarter. Spangler on misdirection, hands to Tony Taylor. He gets a block from Tennyson, and now the hole closes at the 15. Taylor is knocked back after a yard of 1. Gene Tennyson with a nice come across the line block as he was pulling on the misdirection. But as Taylor cut it back up the middle, he was sandwiched and repelled after a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, good pursuit by Illinois State that time. They were really getting hammered up the middle of the field in the early going of the game. They have kind of taken away the inside lanes and are forcing the Demons to go outside, and that kind of plays to the strength of Illinois State, which has got some pretty good linebackers. We talked about that earlier. 2nd
down and 9. Drago and Powell are in the backfield. Ronnie accepts the handoff, and he is smothered immediately. Powell was hit by Jeff Weiss, a backup defensive tackle, a 6'2", 255-pound freshman. And Powell may have lost a yard.
Well, the Demons are getting a little bit stagnant at the line of scrimmage right now. You can see that the offensive line surge is not what it was early in the ball game. That's just a sign of a little bit of relaxation and complacency maybe there. And we've seen this Demon offensive line dominate games this year. It's time for them to start doing that here. Still much too much football left.
Spread formation for the Demons. 2 receivers left. One of them is Jacquet, the other Pritchett. A couple of receivers to the right side. Spangler retreats. He fires to Pritchett. It is caught for a first down at the 28-yard line. Spangler with a beautiful throw, and the sticky-fingered Pritchett hauled it in just as Marcus Corbin was there to try to make the interception. 16 yards on the hookup, and these two roommates have definitely been on the same page today. That throw had no room for error. Marcus Corbin was in great coverage. Pritchett just reached out, got those sticky fingers on it, and yanked it away from Corbin.
Well, Chris Pritchett has certainly atoned for that earlier fumble deep in Redbird territory with his 5th catch for over 130 yards.
10 minutes and 2 seconds are left in the second quarter. Northwestern 21, Illinois State nothing. Jacquet is the fullback. They fake to Powell. Here's the throw deep, intended for Nathan Black. It is incomplete at the 35. Nathan Black was jockeying for position along with safety Ryan Zakola. And Nathan almost won the battle, but Zakola in good coverage was there to break it up.
Well, that was an interesting pattern that time, as Eric Granger on the inside actually kind of ran interference for Nathan Black, taking one of the defenders with him to the inside of the field. Black just curled behind him out to the numbers, and that was a good throw by Spangler that time. It was just good coverage.
Northwestern is attacking into a 10 or 12 mile an hour southerly breeze. Chinook Jacquet is the fullback in the I formation. Here's a quick option pitch to Tony Taylor running right, and he is smothered. Tony tackled for a loss back at the 25. And on this series, the Redbirds have played the run very, very well. Chad Pegues, that Florida State transfer, was among 2 or 3 tacklers for the Redbirds.
And Sam Goodwin is fixing to tell Tony Taylor, Tony, hit the hole, go up the field. Do not get lateral and then try to stop and go backwards. That's what Tony Taylor has done this year. That has driven Sam Goodwin crazy. In addition to all the great games he's had, he's still a freshman. He still makes some mistakes, not taking a 1 or 2 yard gain, trying to make a big play out of things.
3rd down and 14. 3 receivers left. Pritchett to the right. Powell stays in to block. Spangler has to scramble. Looks for some help. Breaks out on the right side. Fires it over the middle. It is caught at the 40. Granger takes it away to the 45. Midfield. Scampers between a couple of tacklers as it yanked off his feet at the 46-yard line. Eric Granger on a 28-yard reception and run took it away from what looked like was going to be an interception at worst. And at best, a sure knockdown, but Granger somehow was there to grab that ball.
Well, that was almost borderline lucky there, because it looked like the defender was going to intercept the football, and somehow Granger came out of it. That is the 3rd consecutive completion for a first down on 3rd down and +10 for Brad Spangler in this drive, which started at the 2-yard line.
Northwestern has been good in 3rd down conversions this year, 40%. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Jacquet in motion. Jockeys back and forth. Here is a reverse. It is given to Sutherland. TJ gets a block to the 40 and is now pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
And Albert Traylor, Lynn, just had a lineman's dream that time. He actually got to measure up on number 96 for the defensive team.
That's
there.
Devon Finn, the defensive end.
And Devon Finn almost had his fins knocked off of him that time by Albert Traylor, who just measured him up and caught him with a blindside block for an 8-yard gain to help Granger.
Those big old triple meat whoppers love to set somebody up like that, don't they?
They sure do. You could just almost see Traylor salivating way up here.
Sutherland got 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2. Jacquet and Powell are in the eye. Northwestern 21, Illinois State nothing. Here's Ronnie, tries to cut back. He is tripped up in the backfield, and he was tackled by Finn as Powell tried to come left and then plant his foot and come back to the right side, and Finn was right there to make the tackle behind the line.
Yeah, and that's a big loss for the Demons because instead of 2nd and 2, now they've got 3rd down and 5, and the Demon running backs having a little bit of a problem getting to the hole. They're hesitating a little bit, allowing Illinois State to react, and it's going to be up to Spangler in this offense to convert another 3rd down and about 6 this time.
7:56 to go in the second quarter. Northwestern 21-0 over Illinois State. The Demons may have to start throwing on 1st and 2nd down as well. They've had great success through the air. Spangler will go to the air on 3rd. He sets. He heaves it for Granger. It is tipped, and Granger almost made the reception on the sideline. He drew double-team coverage. The ball was tipped between Zakola and Corbin, and then Granger almost made the catch on the deflection.
I tell you what, another almost lucky play for the Demons involving Eric Granger. As you said, a couple of guys tipped it. Granger trying to tiptoe the sideline and make the catch. That would have been a good one if he had been able to pull that one off. Northwestern now with almost 300 yards of total offense. Illinois State still trying to get something going with about 55 yards of offense for the Redbirds.
The Demons moved from their own 2-yard line to the Illinois State 42.
And this may be a fake.
It is a spread punt formation. And the snap goes to Grigsby. He fakes the pass. Now he'll kick it and wobbles one downfield. It bounces at the 18, and the Demons kill it at the 20. Well, a creative punt formation there as Northwestern was spread all over the field. Grigsby took it. He waited. He faked a pass, and then when he saw nobody open, he finally kicked it. That may have been a fake by design just to keep everybody up close to the line of scrimmage by Illinois State, but a very creative punt scenario there by Northwestern. And Grigsby eventually punched it or pooched it down to about the 20.
Well, Sam Goodwin's famous for some kind of a tricky play in a situation like that. Last week it was the halfback option. I think Jeremy McCullough somehow on that play missed an assignment because he was getting an earful on the Demon sideline.
1st and 10, Kevin Glenn and company at the 20-yard line. The handoff goes to Sanders, and he is corralled after a 2-yard pickup. There were 3 or 4 Demons there on the tackle. One of them was Alja Delaney. Jake Michelle was also there. And there were a couple of others. The Demon defense is pitching a shutout. Spangler has pitched a couple of touchdowns to Pritchett. Tony Taylor has broken a long one. And Northwestern leads 21-0 with 7:04 to go in the first half. Two receivers on the right. One of them comes in motion to the ball. Glenn retreats, throws over the middle. He's got a man wide open for a first down at the 30, and he rumbles up to about the 34. That was Jacob Neat again. Neat was the second leading receiver behind Ricky Garrett's 72 catches. Neat had half of that, but still qualified as the runner-up in personal receptions. He got 12 right there.
And Lynn, how did this early pressure by the Purple Swarm change the Illinois State attack? Let me tell you how. They have had to go 2 tight ends most of the time now to try to block and give pass protection, and basically they're giving away the outside pass patterns.
Jones goes out to